When people think about Back to the Future, they usually think about the DeLorean, or the hoverboard, or Doc Brown shouting, "Great Scott!" But I've always thought the most interesting part of the trilogy wasn't the time travel. It was Marty McFly. Because beneath all the science fiction, Marty is just a teenager trying to figure out who he's supposed to become. And I think that's why he still resonates with audiences more than 40 years later. On the surface, Marty seems like the perfect 1980s movie teenager. He skateboards, he loves rock music, he dreams of becoming a successful musician, he has a girlfriend, he has confidence, at least until someone calls him chicken. But underneath all that is someone who hasn't figured himself out yet. That's actually the story of adolescence. Psychology tells us that one of the central tasks of being a teenager is forming an identity. Who am I? What am I capable of? Which parts of me belong to my parents, and which belong to me? Marty doesn't answer those questions through introspection. He answers them by accidentally driving 88 miles per hour. Here's something that fascinates me every time I watch Back to the Future. Marty thinks he knows his father, until he meets him. The George McFly of 1985 is timid, defeated, afraid to stand up for himself. But the George Marty meets in 1955 isn't finished becoming that man yet. That's an incredible idea, because Marty isn't just changing history. He's discovering that his parents once had unfinished stories of their own. Every adult was once someone who didn't know how life was going to turn out. I think that's one of the most quietly profound ideas in the entire trilogy. By the end of the trilogy, Marty has survived alternate timelines, multiple versions of himself, nearly erasing his own existence. Most people would need years of therapy. Marty adapts almost instantly. That's resilience. But here's where I think we've misunderstood Marty all these years. We often say that Marty changes history. I don't think that's true. History changes Marty. Every trip through time changes how he sees himself, his father, his future, his own potential. That's why Marty McFly still feels real after all these years. Not because he drove a time machine, but because he experienced something every one of us eventually experiences. The realization that our parents weren't always our parents. They were young once, afraid once, unsure, still becoming themselves. Maybe that's why Back to the Future has endured for generations. Beneath the DeLorean, beneath the lightning strikes, beneath the flux capacitor, it's a story about growing up, about family, about discovering that the future isn't something we're given, it's something we build. And maybe that's why Marty McFly still feels so familiar, because in one way or another, we're all trying to figure out who we become when we finally reach 88 miles per hour. If you enjoyed this deep dive, please hit like and subscribe, and we'll have another one for you very soon. If there are any other characters you'd like to explore through psychology, just let me know in the comments.